live stream. Like I said, I've been trying to average about 30 minutes a live stream. I've been going over it, but I want to keep this at least at just 30 minutes. So, um, I want to talk about something that is kind of new to me. I never really thought like this in the past. I never really was a conservative guy. I was always a very, very high risk taker in my life. It's kind of amazing how it worked out for me in my life because my whole life was always about risk. That's it. I always went into things with the high expectations of success. And of course, I failed. We all failed, but I really never kind of changed that mentality. It was always just about, high risk, high reward. And I would never look at the downside of anything. I would never consider that something could go wrong or something could not go according to the plan. And I've been living this way since basically I was born. And I'll tell you the truth, okay? I've hit a couple of home runs with this high risk mentality. I love you, Angie. I hit a couple of home runs, but I definitely struck out much, much more. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so you say, what's a couple of home runs? I won 250,000 in the lottery. I mean, there was 10,000 to one odds on the pick four. Okay, not too many people could say they did that. Just to give you one example, like I actually got in office when I was in my 20s in the Empire State Building. Everyone told me it would never happen. It's impossible. Ow! I did it though. Okay. You know, a lot of people feel that my St. Croix casino project was a failure. I don't think it was a failure because I teamed up with Florida's biggest real estate developer who literally flew me on his private jet. He got me a suite at the Ritz Carlton. I had a pool. I had a pool in my own suite, in my own room. I had a $50,000 marker. I was gambling. I was eating at the best restaurants. I was living like a millionaire. I was doing great. I was doing great. So look, it didn't happen, but for 1 year, I lived a life that probably none of you lived. You don't understand how I was living for that year. I was living like Donald Trump. I'm not even kidding you. I was on corporate jets. I was on G3, drinking Dom Perignon. I forget about it. I was a big shot, literally like the song Billy Joel, Big Shot. Thank you, Angie. I love you. But the project ultimately did it. It wasn't completed, and that was the end of it. Look, nobody lost any money. See, another thing, you want to know what I consider a success. If you attempt something and at the end of the day, nobody loses any money. See, like in my projects, this I could tell you. This I could tell you. Everything I've ever done in my life, people who were involved with me never lost any money. When I did that animal concert, in Staten Island, Ticketmaster when we decided to cancel, it was 2008. It was the height that the housing crisis. People had no money. They couldn't donate. I wanted to open up a non-kill animal rescue center because the one that was previous there in Staten Island shut down. They had an animal rescue center. 30 years it was there, shut down. Me and my wife said, you know what, let's do something. I rented out the Staten Island Yankee Stadium, which was this is not the major leagues. This is the minor leagues in Staten Island, and I was selling tickets. I was doing they're $50 a pop. I was selling I think 150, 200 tickets. I was making money, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough because I had to sell enough to rent out the stadium to cover all the overhead, to cover I was renting a piano, the stage, the band, the sound, the lighting, like everything. I had to cover all of that. I needed like 50,000 to cover all of it. And I just, it was just bad times. It was 2008 and I couldn't raise enough money. I couldn't sell enough tickets. But the thing that you have to understand, everybody got a refund. Ticketmaster refunded everybody the money. So I don't consider it a failure. See, I don't know. People consider it a failure. I don't consider it a failure because I did something very exciting. I met celebrities. I was renting out a stadium. I met Danny Aiello before she passed away. What was her name? Irina, I think it was Carr, the girl from Flashdance. I met all these like celebrities. I had a great time, and it was a very exciting time of my life. Nobody lost money. I call it no harm, no foul. Same thing with St. Croix. No harm, no foul. Nobody lost money. And I was living the time of my life, like the movie, Dirty Dancing. I had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Okay. Well, that's the point. Listen, Trades for Days is right. I haven't been living a consistent life my whole life. Okay, I haven't been. He's right. Listen to me. I guess he missed the beginning of the video where I actually admitted that I've lived my life complete and utter risk. Like that's it. It was all risk. Like I went into the most highest risk things that not just AMC, even before AMC. Okay, even before AMC, everything I did was super risky. But I'm changing now. I'm 46. You know, I'm older, I'm wiser, I have a lot of life experience, and I'm just seeing what works. See, look, when AMC failed for me, which you don't understand, none of you understand it, is that I still had money. There was a time where I was going to refinance my house. Okay, I was going to get like 250,000 in equity, and I was going to put it all in AMC. Thank God I didn't do that because I was this close. I was this close to doing it. Thank Jesus that I didn't do that. Okay, but the thing is that it's like you don't understand. Okay, do you want to know why I'm still able to talk to all of you? You want to know why I'm still here? It's very simple because I had other things in my life that were solid as a rock. Oh, that song back in the '80s. That was a good song. But I had things that were solid. I had a house. I have monthly income coming in that's respectable. Okay, I have other assets. So it saved me. Do you understand? It saved me from this AMC disaster. Okay, because now some people that wasn't the case for them. Some people that wasn't the case. I know. A matter of fact, I can tell you, I've spoke to a lot of people who told me they literally had every single dollar in AMC, their whole everything they had. In some cases, people weren't eating because they didn't want to sell their AMC. Like I always tell this story. There was this crazy father. He calls me up. He's like, Apefather, my children didn't eat for 3 days. The guy was a psychopath. I'm like, what? He goes, my children have not eaten in 3 days because I refuse to sell my AMC. I sent this guy $300. I said, feed your family, you sick freaking nut job. I meant that you haven't been consistent with going live. Although you're talking about something different. All right, okay. Let's stick to one topic at a time. Trade for days, okay? Let's stick. Let's stick to the guy's changing topics. He's talking about that I didn't go consistent live. Okay. All right. Let me talk about the topic at hand. Okay. The topic at hand is that I'm realizing in life that you need consistency in everything. One time is not enough. I used to make the joke with my friend John from Brooklyn. We used to make jokes. I say, John, you want to know something? The easiest part is getting a house. We used to joke about this all the time. The hardest part is maintaining it, meaning that once you get the house, it's beautiful. Hey, I got a house. Hippie, hippie, hooray. But now you got to continue to pay the mortgage every month, the utilities, you got the cable, you got the freaking, food, you got to feed your family, entertainment. So it's like this, you need this consistent money coming in to survive. Now, I know that a lot of people may be listening to me right now and saying, Apefather, this is common sense. What you're preaching to all of us, we all know. But the funny thing in life is that people don't take this same approach with many aspects of their life. They don't. They don't. Like, so I'll just give you one example: investing. Okay. There are some people who are smart and they have investments that are very consistent for them, whether they're bonds, triple exempt tax bonds, whether, yes, index funds, friggin' bulls licking, bulls washer finance. But I get all of that, okay? But a lot of people don't do this. Now, I'm not saying I'm an advocate of index funds, okay? So don't misinterpret what I'm saying to you. I'm gonna get the point. I'm getting to the point very soon. Okay, just bear with me a few more minutes. The thing is that I'm talking about something that will bring in an income every month. It's consistent, and you can count on it. Okay, so that brings me to my point: real estate. Okay, so like, let's say you invest in a house, example, and it's a rental. Okay, you pretty much have a passive income coming in every month. So your investment that you made is giving you a consistent monthly return. You can't say that about stocks because sometimes stocks, you buy a stock, it shoots down, you know what I mean? The next thing you're a bag holder. You're a bag holder, you have to hold this thing for another friggin' 2 or 3 years just to maybe break even, right? So obviously stocks don't fit into this consistency mentality, unless you got lucky, like my father did. My father got very lucky. He started investing before he passed away in Tesla in 2020, and it was consistent. Like literally, that thing just kept going up and up and up, and it was. I've never seen anything like it before. But that doesn't happen all the time, right? Look, sometimes you'll see a stock like a DWAC. Remember DWAC? It shot up to like friggin' from $8 to 175, and then it plummeted. And then it plummeted. You see GTII, it was at what, 44 cents, shot up to like $10, and then it plummeted, right? You see AMC went from like $5 to $72, and then it plummeted. Okay, so most of the time in the stock market, there is no consistency. And I feel the same exact way. I feel the same exact way with cryptocurrencies. Okay. Look, I know everybody is excited right now that there's a sign of life in the cryptocurrency industry. You see Bitcoin's up to over 34,000. XRP is at 56 cents. I get it. People are excited. But like if you watch my last video, I don't really want to repeat it because it was like a 5 minute video, but it's the billionaire's game. The cryptocurrency industry is the billionaire's game. You got some guy, I gave an analogy, okay? Let's just say there's a big whale meaning rich, very rich. It doesn't matter the location, let's just call it China. He's like a Jack Ma type, right? So he's out in China, he's smoking a cigar, and he decides, I want to dump a shitload of money because he's a whale. This guy's got tons of money. I want to dump a shitload of money in Bitcoin. Next thing you know, Bitcoin freaking shoots up. It starts a buying frenzy, fear of missing out. Everybody starts buying Bitcoin. Next thing you know, it's at 60,000. It's at 70,000. It's going great. Now, this same whale who's now sitting down, realizing that he just made a shitload of freaking money, right? Because he bought it at 34,000 and now it's at 70,000, and he's smoking his cigar. Says it's time to unload. Okay. So, see, now people don't realize that it's still very unregulated, Bitcoin. They're trying to regulate it, but it's still very unregulated. It's not like the stock market where a majority stockholder, can't sell a large block of stock. They have to inform the SEC. They have to give notice. It's not like that in cryptocurrencies. So this guy could just unload the whole friggin' boat. He can unload the whole thing. And then the next thing you know, right, that thing plummets from 70,000 to friggin' 10,000. People start panicking. Oh my God, I just lost all my money. And now it's at 5,000. And then that same whale, that same friggin' guy says, time to buy again. Then he loads up at 5,000. shoots it all the way back up to 30,000, causes that friggin' buying frenzy, causes the fear of missing out, shoots all the way back up to 70,000, and then he pulls the plug again. You understand? This is why cryptocurrency is not for me. It's just, there's no consistency. There's no consistency in the stock market, and I'm looking for consistency in my life. I understand all of that, but trades for days. Did you listen to anything I just friggin' said? Do you remember when Elon Musk got involved in Bitcoin? Who remembers that? Okay, I know I'm going to say this wrong. I can never say it right. I think it's Dogecoin. I can't say that shit right. I can't pronounce it right. What do you want from me? I know I'm saying it wrong. But remember when Elon got involved in Dogecoin? Okay. We saw it go up to, remember when he was on Saturday Night Live and it was going up and up and up the whole day. The whole day. It went to a high of 73 cents. Everybody thought that that Dogecoin was going to $1, $2, $3. And then booyaka, that thing plummeted to basically to the starting point. It plummeted to where it started, like the friggin' 4 cents level. Listen to me. There's no consistency in this shit. Okay. Same thing. You wanna laugh? I'm gonna make all you laugh, right? When Elon got involved in Bitcoin, I never will forget this. Okay. I was down a little bit at the time on AMC. I had $140,000, okay, to my name. This was back when Bitcoin was around 60,000. I was just about, are you ready? I was just about to put all my money into Robinhood, okay, or whatever it was. I wanted to buy Bitcoin. It could have been Weeble. It didn't make a difference. It was at 60,000 because I was saying to myself, this is going to 250 because they've been saying this shit for years. They've been saying this shit for years. Bitcoin's going to 250,000. Bitcoin's going to 500,000. Bitcoin's going to a million. Richard Branson always said it. Richard Branson, he's always said Bitcoin's going to go to 5 million, 10 million, like crazy friggin' shit. Anyway, long story short, I was ready to dump 140 large, 140,000. And I know what you're gonna say, FOMO father, crazy father, but it was just going up so consistently that I said this thing has got to keep going. This thing is going to 250. Okay. Moments before, moments before I was gonna make the transaction, that's when Elon, I think, came out with that announcement where he's out. Bitcoin is bad for the environment. He's no longer accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment of Tesla. It was like, I don't know if you remember this. It was a matter of hours, not days, not weeks, not months. I saw Bitcoin. I believe it plummeted from 60,000 to 10,000 like in a matter of hours. I don't know if you remember this. Okay. I was like, what the F is going on? It plummeted like $50,000, like this, in a second, man. In a second. Okay. This is what you're dealing with in the cryptocurrency market. There's no stability, there's no consistency. It sucks rhinoceros ballsack. You want to know what cryptocurrencies are good for? I'm going to tell you what it is. You have to be a part of a certain elite club that none of you are, and I'm not either, so don't feel bad. You have to be a part of the 1% elite club where you're that whale. You're that guy who's got tons of effing money and who could just like literally manipulate and control it. Okay, manipulate and control the cryptocurrency. He could just dump friggin' 2 billion in it, let that thing friggin' shoot up, cause a buying frenzy, and then just pull the F out. If you're not a part of that elite club, cryptocurrencies is not for you. It's all over the place. You people are all stunad. You people are stunad. You don't understand. You're thinking there's growth there, it's gonna keep going up. You'll see. You'll see. It crashes all the time. I've seen like there was this one time. You want to hear? I was in Staten Island. I was driving on Highland. I never will forget this. I was driving on Highland Boulevard. Bitcoin at the time, I believe it was at like something like 15,000, 17,000. I don't know the exact price. Within like 1 hour, it dropped to 5,000. I couldn't freaking believe it. I could. I said, I thought there was like some kind of a technical problem. It dropped like 10,000. This is what you see in these friggin' things, and a lot of it is always hype. It's always hype. There's things going on the inside that you don't know about. A lot of this is insider shit between the billionaires. You know that we're the small fish. We're the small fish, and you're playing in the market with sharks. You're playing in the market with sharks. Listen, listen, you can feel whatever you want to feel, but I am telling you, Vladimir Putin, that I have seen not once, not twice this happen. I've seen several times massive, massive dumps, and it's not regulated. You see, this is what you don't understand. Some guy could move, right? Friggin' billions of dollars in Bitcoin like this. He could just unload at any time. Do you understand that, or is that your brain cells not working? There's no look. You want? I'm just gonna level with you. AMC was my last experience of being involved in a risky, high volatile play. That's it. I'm done. Look, you know what? I'm not. I'm gonna admit it. I don't want to live that way anymore. Okay. I don't want to live where I have $200,000 say to my name, and within maybe 1 year or 2 years it turns to 5,000. I don't want to live that way anymore. I don't want to do it. If you want to live that way, like I said, I wish all of you the best of health, like my grandmother Ada says in heaven, the best of health, happiness, and success. I need consistency in my life. See, you know what I like about my gold? I'm going to tell you about all the things I have right now. Okay. I know that gold's never look, does gold drop? Yeah. Yes. There are times that the gold market drops, but not massively. Like you won't see gold go from 2,000 an ounce to friggin' $50. Like you will with a stock or like you will with cryptocurrency. You'll never see gold do that. Okay. Like you might see it go from 1900 to 1870, 1860, and then it recovers again. Okay. That's just same thing with my house. Same thing with my house. I look at my house value, it's about 600,000. There's times it drops. There's times it'll go to like 570, 560, but then it recovers and it goes back up to 600 or the thing is there isn't these massive friggin' volatile drops. Okay, Jennifer Lee. Okay, so look, I just feel that you look at people in life who are truly, truly successful people, and I see a common element. I see a common element in these successful people, and that common element is consistency. That's it. It's consistent. They just have consistency going on. You're never gonna have, I'm telling you right now, I don't care who you think you are, I don't care how smart you think you are, you're never going to have consistency in the stock market. You're never going to have consistency. I mean, unless again, if you're playing, okay, let me take that back. If you're playing the S&P 500s, if you're playing index funds, yeah, but you also have to be willing to wait 30 to 40 years. I don't have patience for that shit. I don't have patience to wait 30 to 40 years. But yeah, then you might have consistency. Other than that, if you're playing like meme stocks or if you're playing the OTC market or if you're playing some NASDAQ, like plays or whatever, you will never, ever have consistency in your life. It's going to be a constant up and down battle. And it's just not worth it to me. It's not worth it to me. And it's the same thing in the cryptocurrency market. It's going to be a constant up and down battle. And it's like, what, like, let me ask you a question. All right. I'm going to give you a very funny analogy. I got to watch what I say on YouTube. Okay. I used to look at a lot of my buddies who used to make fun of me that I was married. You understand? They would say, "Oh, you're married. You get the same freaking, shit every day, right?" But then I would look at some of these guys who were single, and these guys didn't get their schlong polished in like a year. Like I actually spoke to a guy. I couldn't believe it. See, you have to understand, like I'm a sex machine. You have to understand someone like me, It has to be consistent every day, sex every day. I'm not even kidding you. Like it's got to happen multiple times. But you look at these people, like some of my friends that are single, and they'll be like, "Oh, I haven't had sex in like a year. I haven't had sex in 2 years." But now here's the thing. Then they'll brag. They'll finally have sex with this really hot girl. They'll be like, "Rich, bro, this girl was freaking beautiful, man. Freaking looked like a Barbie doll. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I went downtown. I polished his balls." Okay, so he's like really happy. But this is the thing. Then he goes another 2 years with nothing, and then he lives with that memory of that Bobby girl, the drunken Bobby girl at the Salty Dog in Brooklyn, and and that's what he masturbates to every night because he gets nothing else for 2 years. So once again, it goes to consistency. See, I'm consistently getting it all, baby, every night, every day, consistent. I'm just starting to realize I just like to be a consistent person. You know, I just want consistency, but not just in one thing in my life. Like I want to eat good every day. You understand? Consistent. Like you get a guy who eats good. Here's an example. He eats good one day, but then the next day he's eating romaine noodles. The next day he's fasting. The next day he's eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Every day I eat like a effing king. You understand? Consistency. This is what I'm trying to make you all understand. Sex every day, consistency. Okay. So I want that in every aspect of my life. You understand? And financially, in investments, I want to know that I got money coming in every single month. I want to know that I got protection with gold. Like, you want to hear the smart thing to really do in life, and it's hard because you need a lot of money to do this. But if you buy a house, let me give you an example for 300,000, right? And you plan on being a rental. Okay. You should actually have the same amount in gold. You should have 300,000 in gold to back up that house. Now you might say, but why? I don't understand. It makes no sense. It makes perfect sense because you still have to have this very pessimistic attitude where you say to yourself, how do I know that this guy is going to turn out like the renter? How do I know that this guy or girl is going to turn out to be a dud and they're not going to pay me rent? Because there's no guarantee they can lose their job, they can get laid off, something happens. Okay. How do I know that this person is not even if all of their credentials, their credit's good, they've been working, they have a great work history, shit in life sometimes happens. How do you know this guy or girl's not going to lose their job? How do you know they're not going to go crazy, break apart the house and all this shit? So the thing is, you want to have that gold as the emergency to protect yourself, to hedge yourself against any problem that can happen with that house. So that's the thing. 300, if you want to buy a house for 300,000, in my opinion, you need anywhere between 600,000 to a million, and I'll tell you the reason why. Because you want to have $300,000 to back up that house, and you want to have some cash too. You want to have some liquidity. You want to have a couple of hundred G's. Okay. So, in other words, just buying that $300,000 house, you want to have gold and you want to have liquidity. And then you're friggin' unstoppable. You're unstoppable. Now, you might say, hey, Father, where the FUCK am I coming up with all this money, right? Hey, Father, I don't. Are you on drugs, hey, Father? Are you smoking cocaine? Are you the most unrealistic person on earth? Okay. But now it goes back to my concept, which is V for victory. Okay. See now we're leading to the main point, right? We're leading to the main point. It goes back to my analogy of Caesar. You know the movie Planet of the Apes? Okay. Caesar takes the one branch, remember? He cracks the branch. He cracks it and he says, one branch weak, one ape weak. See the analogy that he was making, okay, is that one ape is almost worthless. One, like in other words, you by yourself is worth the sweat of my balls. You're worthless. I know it sounds, it's just the bottom line. I'm worthless by myself. Okay. But then what he tried to prove was you take the 4 branches, you take the 5 branches, he couldn't break it anymore, Caesar. Caesar couldn't break the branches. It was too hard. Apes together strong. I use the analogy. I made a video the other day where I showed $100 bill, right? And I said to myself, that's nothing. That's bulls, right? So, but what would happen if 1 million apes had that same $100 bill? Now you have $100 million. Oh, see? What happens if you have 10 million apes with that $100 bill? You see what I'm trying to say? Now you got 10, or no, 100, $1 billion. You got $1 billion. So the point I'm trying to make you understand, apes together strong. Yeah, I think owning, you know, the Bulgari watches, I think it sucks. I think it sucks. I just recently sold mine. Look, I'm sorry to be a jerk off. Look, that you're bringing me to a different conversation. Cosmetic jewelry, I've come to realize, look, all my life I've had beautiful jewelry. I'll show you pictures. I'll show you pictures when I was in my 20s and I had friggin' big gigantic gold chains, gold bracelets, diamond pinky rings. And I've come to the realization at 26 years old, 26, I wish I was 26 years old, 46 years old. I've come to the realization it's a waste of money. See, what people don't understand, when you're buying any type of cosmetic jewelry, you're paying for the person who is like the artist, the person who customized that jewelry. So you're not paying for the value of gold. So in other words, I'll give you an example. Let's say you pull one of those New Jack City, those big chains that Wesley Snipes was wearing, those big gold like chains, like Floyd Mayweather chains. Okay, you might pay, let's say, $1 million. You might pay $1 million for this big gigantic gold frigate chain. Here's what the problem is: when you try to sell it, the resale value, you're only going to get the value of gold. So now the value of gold might be 50,000. So now it's that, and that's it. And you're not going to be able to negotiate with the jeweler or the pawn shop, or if you go to the diamond district, you're not going to be able to negotiate with these people. These people only care. And another thing, they don't care about diamonds. I don't know if you know this. You could get this big, gigantic gold chain, right? It's got diamonds all over it. They don't care about the diamonds. They don't. When you try to resell that shit, they say you. They actually tell you want to keep the diamonds. They they, they give you the diamond. They don't even want it. They're like, you want to keep the diamonds? Okay, diamonds are like worthless. The only time that a diamond is worth something is when you're getting married and you go to one of those big diamond fancy stores, and you get the 1 carat, the 2 carat, you get the beautiful diamond ring, they design it, but you're paying for, again, it goes back to, you're paying for the person who's the artist who's customizing that ring. Okay, but then when you try to resell it, or you see, they only care about the gold value. That's it. They don't give a shit. Okay. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's all the truth. All those watches that you own. You want to know something? The only watch that really holds its value, you want to hear the one? Rolex. Okay. If I would ever buy a watch again, which I might, okay, I wouldn't mind buying a Rolex. A Rolex holds its value. Okay. All these other watches, they don't. And that's just the truth. They don't hold their value. Okay. Rolex holds its value. But you want to laugh, even with a Rolex, you're still going to lose money. You still, because it goes back to that same cosmetic theory. If you buy a friggin' whatever it is, you go big time, presidential, and you're spending $100,000 on the Rolex, okay? You're not going to get $100,000 reset. If you try to sell it back, you'll probably get 80, 85,000. So, but you see, but at least it holds its value to a decent degree where you'll get back 80, 85% of your money. but you're certainly not going to get back 100% of your money. So the way I see it is it's all a big waste of money. That's it. All of these things are waste of money. And I've gotten to the point where I just transferred all of it into gold bullion. And for the people who keep saying they want to see my gold bullion, I might shock you one day. Okay. I'm not ready to do it because I've had very bad experiences with all of you haters. With, I get emails every day. Like, let me just give you an example. I get emails every day from people that are setting reservations at restaurants saying, I have a 100-person party at a restaurant. I they said I signed my kids up for karate. They say like crazy shit, bro. Like I'm talking like insane crazy shit. Like I'm taking my kid to a dentist. Like I got like literally emails saying, you're taking your kids to the dentist office. Like there's these psychopathic lunatic haters that use my email and they're setting up these fake appointments. So do you really think after everything I've been through with DoorDash, with you psychopathic lunatics, with the CPS Child Protective Service, I had lunatics call Child Protective Services where they came to my children's school, okay, questioning the principal, questioning the principal that I starved my children. Of course, they did a full investigation. They realized we're wonderful parents. Obviously, that case has been closed. But the thing is that you really think I trust any of you anymore? Haven't you noticed I don't show you anything anymore? You people are psychopathic, deranged lunatics. Okay? Psychopathic, deranged. I even have people like Dynamic Synergistics who tracks down the bank I go to. You want to hear this? He actually tracked down the address and almost making an implication like he wants me to get robbed. Like that's like he leaves these messages saying this is where Apefather goes to get his fun coupons. This is the address of the bank. So what makes you all believe, right, that I want to show you anything? Like what makes you all believe that I want to even give you one more ounce of ammunition on me? I think you have enough. I don't know where this whole like I drive Uber concept. I don't drive Uber. What's up, Aquarius stocks? Carry a gun and don't think I don't. Um, don't think I don't. But the thing is that I'm a big believer in the Second Amendment. The thing is that it's just a principle that, like, look, I made a mistake. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. One of the mistakes I made was I probably shouldn't have used my real name when I started my YouTube channel. I mean, I know I said I was a father, but everybody knows I'm Richie Lavoy. I should have done that. I got too personal. I did. I got too personal. I filmed my family, my mother, my children, my wife, my dogs. I don't know. I wanted to make it like a reality show, kind of like the Lavoys. I wanted it to be like a reality show. I wanted everybody to just kind of like know, everybody has their own personality that wanted to feature it. But looking back, it was probably a mistake. But now, look, I can't change it. Once something is on the internet, it's forever. So people will forever now know my wife is Jennifer. People will forever know my son is Mike. People will forever know my daughter is Sophia. My dog is Max. My Shih Tzu. My Puggle is Chloe. My mother Josephine. And there's nothing I could do about it. But I certainly don't want to give more ammunition. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't want to give more ammunition. Answer the comment, mother effer. This guy is turned out to become the biggest jerk off in the world, is Antonio Miranda. You don't order me, brother. Just for that, I'm not going to answer the question. Okay? You don't order me. You friggin' low life, friggin' bull sucking, friggin' ass licking mother effer. You don't friggin' order me. Who the F do you think you are? You say please. Hey, Vin Gasoline is a good guy. You want to invest in WTF's 198's BP stock making money every day, like he says. Yeah. Yeah, according to WTF, I mean, this guy is got to be like worth $100 million according to all of his wins. He's got to be worth about 100 million, but yet I don't even think he's worth $100. See, like we're going into these 40-minute range. I want to end the live stream in 30 minutes, so I will. Yeah, 100 million you're worth. I'm going to be ending it soon. Look, I'm just saying that what I'm probably going to do is this. Okay, I'm probably going to build up um, rentals. I'm probably going to build up a big portfolio of rentals. See, I think this is what my plan's going to be. You want to hear my plan? You want to hear my plan? I think I'm going to buy. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy a rental, and let's say the rental is 300,000. I'm going to buy $300,000 worth of gold. Like let's assume, just hear me out. Let's assume I have $1 million. Okay, so with $1 million, I'm going to buy a rental. I'm going to buy 300,000 in gold, and I'm going to have a couple of 100,000 in cash. Now I know about taxes. Don't worry about Uncle Sam. I take care of Uncle Sam down the line. But I'm saying that's the initial plan. And I think I want to do that just like over and over and over and over again. Like to the point where I have like thousands of rentals. Like I'm not kidding you. Like I'm gonna kick ass. You're gonna see how much ass I'm gonna kick in the next like year to 2 years of my life. You are all going to be so impressed with what I'm going to do. Like there's gonna come a time, listen to me, there's gonna come a time where I'm going to have so much effing gold, I'm going to be like Fort Knox. I'm going to be like the Federal Reserve. I'm going to have so much effing gold, right? And so much friggin' rentals and so much money coming in. You're all gonna still be playing these friggin' bullshit stocks and these bullshit friggin' cryptocurrencies, and I'm gonna be making money hand over fist. I'm gonna be like the friggin' the Rothschild. I'm gonna be huge, like Anyway, then that's what I'm gonna think about the casino. See, the casino to me is the lifetime achievement. But you see, in a way, it makes a lot of sense because what you could do is if you have all that gold and if you have all of that real estate, you could probably get one gigantic big loan at a very low interest rate and a construction loan, and you could probably build the casino. See, ultimately, if you really want me to tell you the truth, I would rather build the casino. I would rather build it because see, I have a very specific idea in mind for the casino. Like, and I don't want to be like these all these played out Caesars and friggin' resorts and all this shit. I have a very specific mind for the casino that I want to own, and a very specific motif. And so I think what I'm going to wind up doing is I'm gonna start this process. I'm gonna start buying real estate. I'm gonna start buying gold, which is gonna cover the real estate. So if the real estate's 300,000, I gotta have 300,000 in gold. Gotta have liquidity too. Always have to have liquidity. Gotta have a couple of $100,000 in cash. And I think I'm just gonna keep repeating that over and over again until I have a friggin' dynasty, until I have an empire. And that's when I start thinking about, the casino. That's when I say to myself, now's the time to get the construct. First of all, you got to acquire the land. You got to maybe you got to acquire a building. You might have to knock it down, acquire the location. Then you do the construction loan. I think I'm probably going to build a casino because I really think I want to start a brand. Like once I get to that level, I want to start a brand, and it's going to be something really big. Now I know all of you think I'm a psychopath. I know all of you think I'm completely deranged, out of my mind. But here's the way I see it. Can I tell you the way I see it? I already live an average life. Don't you understand? Don't you all understand this? I live an average life already. I have a beautiful house. I have guaranteed income that comes in every month. I eat every day like a king. I have a beautiful family. I already have the American dream. I already have an average life. So I could just settle right now. I could just sit back. I'm retired. I'm retired. I could just sit back right now, put my feet up, and enjoy life. Okay. Or I could strive for greatness. I could strive for history. something historic. Now, I would love to take all of you people with me, but unfortunately, I would say 90% of you are losers and you just don't have the mentality to win. You just don't have it. You're always gonna, like I said, I call it level one, level two, level three, and level four. Level one is what's called a loser. Now, unfortunately, someone who's got like nothing, no savings, no income, unemployed, no job, no house, nothing, you fit into that category. I'm sorry because look, you got to have a little bit of ambition in life. You should never ever put yourself in that. Now, it's let me explain to you. It's different if someone is disabled. That's different. If someone is disabled and it's of no fault of their own, then they deserve government help. They deserve government assistance. I'm not talking about, because I know there's going to be some wise guy. What happens if the person's disabled? Okay, that's different. They need our support and they need the government support. We should all have the good heart to help these people, okay, that are in need. And I do from time to time. I do help people, okay? But if someone is not disabled, they're just a bum, you know what I mean? They have nothing going for them because they're a friggin' lazy bum. To me, that's a loser. Okay. Now, the second thing is someone who's average, an average Joe. Me, that's like me. Me, what's an average Joe? You have an average house, you have money coming in every month, you're able to survive, got a little bit of savings, you're average. You're an average American. Now, some people they're satisfied with that. They're like, that's it, that's all I want. I just want to be an average Joe. Okay. Then you have the next level. This is level three. Level three is like what the regulator claims. Like the regulator claims he's level three. You're a multi millionaire. Like maybe anywhere between 10 to 70, 10 to 80 million. You're doing real well. Okay. You're certainly a winner. Okay. But now there's level four. Level four is your King Kong. Okay. Level four is your Godzilla, your Elon Musk, your Jeff Bezos, your Mark Zuckerberg. You're a billionaire. Okay. So you have the first question that you all have to ask yourself is this: what level are you currently at? And be honest with yourselves. Don't lie. See, you know what it is? I remember this movie. It was called The Never Ending Story. Remember Atreo? And the biggest fear a man had to do was look at himself in the mirror. And his reflection, okay, was his true, because you know how we all lie to ourselves and we live in these like Lou. Lou lives in an imaginary world in his mind that he's a millionaire. Lou's level one. Okay, but Lou in his imaginary mind thinks he's a success. But the biggest mistake that all of us make is we lie about what we truly are. And in the movie The Never Ending Story, Atreyu looked at his reflection in the mirror, and the reflection told him what he really was. He was a nothing. He was weak. He was scared. And it literally almost broke him down to the point where he wanted to freaking shoot himself or something. Like, it's really no joke, you know what I mean? So that's what you need to do. What all of you need to do, look yourselves in the mirror and really be honest with yourselves and really be honest. What am I? Am I a loser? Am I a winner? Am I average? Okay? This guy's like scam, scam, scam. Well, thank you, Adrian. God bless you. WTF, Adrian, so broke. No, I'm not a loser. I'm level two. I'm level two, Detective. Look, Detective Pikachu, you could just look up and see that I have a $600,000 house. Listen, I am certainly not a loser, but I don't think I'm a winner. I don't think I'm a winner at all. I think I'm average. I say it all the time. People say because I say I'm a millionaire, that doesn't mean I'm a winner. I don't have liquidity in cash like that. It's all tied up. It's all tied up in things, in real estate and gold. I don't have like money bonds. I don't have money like laying around like friggin' $1 million. No way. But the thing is that soon to be. But the but the thing is this. I'm an average Joe. I'm an average guy. I'm an average American. That's all I am. But I strive. I strive to be level three. And then after I get to level three, I strive to go to level four. But see, the thing is, what all of you mamalukes don't understand, what all of you stunads don't understand because you're friggin' idiots, is that if we all worked together, apes together strong, we could all instantly get to level three. Like this. Instantly. We see it's like it goes back to my original point. The AMC movement was right. It was correct. We had millions and millions of apes working together all over the world. I buy for you, you buy for me. I hold for you, you hold for me. You got my back, I got your back. We were family. And what you don't understand is together, all of those billions and millions of retail investors were bigger than Citadel. It's no joke. We were bigger than Citadel. We were an unstoppable, powerful force. But you know where we went wrong, and this is where none of you understand it, was we were putting all of our money, you stupid mother effers, and I was a stupid mother effer too, in the stock market. We were putting all of our money in meme stocks. We were putting all of our money in the Robinhood accounts. We were putting all of our money in the Webull accounts, and we became sheep. You understand that? We became controlled. We became puppets. That's what you don't understand. And the 1% ate us for breakfast. They destroyed us. We lost $350 billion. Thank you, Back to the Future. I love you. I love you, brother. We lost $350 billion, is what you just don't understand. Okay, Citadel made 16 billion. So it's like we had the right concept, apes together strong, but we just did it in the wrong industry. We did it in the wrong industry. It should have been the real estate industry. And I'm not only limiting it to just casinos, like I said, anything real estate, rentals, hotels, casinos, passive income. We if we would have invested, let's put it this way, if we would have invested that same $350 billion that all of us squandered to zero, we squandered it to zero, we would have an empire right now. And I know all of you know it's true. Girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We would have had an empire. We would have had a dynasty. Do you know what we could have owned with $350 billion? Skyscrapers, hotels, casinos. We could have had it all. We could have had hundreds of billions of dollars in revenue coming in. But instead, what did we do? We squandered it. We squandered it to zero. To zero. And you know what's really sad? Do you know that people are still doing the same thing? Do you know people are still doing it? It's sick. It makes me sick that people are still doing the same thing. They're still putting money in the stock market. They're still putting money in crypto. Look, they're happy right now that cryptocurrency has got this little life to it. But I told you, it's at any moment they could pull the rug under you. It's a billionaire's game. At any moment they could pull the rug. We've seen it happen several billion times already. We've seen it happen. Okay, but you just don't understand that. You don't understand that you're a small little fish in an ocean of friggin' great white sharks. You're a small fish in the cryptocurrency industry. You don't run the show. See, we thought, you know what's ironic? We thought, and this is another thing I've learned, we thought that because we owned like the whole float of AMC, right? If you consider synthetics, okay, I know I'll say alleged. If you consider synthetics, we owned the whole float like times 1,000. Wouldn't you think we would have had power? Seriously, let me ask you a question. I remember the common sense investor, God bless his father, passed away. God bless him and his family. But I remember the common sense investor made this whole video that everybody works for us. Adam Aaron works for us. The board of directors work for us. The insiders work for us. I realized it's all bullshit. This whole concept of that there's a public company traded on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, whatever it is, and that the stockholders, the retail investors, own the majority or the entire float of a stock makes us the bosses is a bunch of crap. It's a bunch, because look at what happened to AMC. Look at what happened to AMC. Adam Aaron said to us, do we want more dilution? Remember in 2021? And we all voted no. We all voted no. And look at what he did. He fucking pulls Ape out of nowhere without our permission. He pulls Ape. Then there's the 1 for 10 reverse stock split. Now he sells 40 million shares. The guy could sell up to another 350 million shares. The guy could raise billions of dollars. So how much power do we really have? Now I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but we voted yes. That's a but that whole I truly believe that whole thing is rigged. I read reports. Okay, I'll say it's alleged. I read reports. Majority of the retail investors don't even vote. Up to over 80%, up to over 80% of retail doesn't even vote on these matters. Okay, so he's got that whole thing wrapped up, man. This freaking guy. Richie drove to Florida instead of flying. I had my reasons, brother. You don't understand. I took home family assets. There were certain things I had to take home that I would not have been able to put on a plane. You stupid friggin' wannabe Suge Knight mother effer. Okay? And there was reasons I did what I did. I mean, we all vote. I voted no too, Aquarius stocks. I voted no, but what did I'm just trying to make a point. There were certain things you can't ship, bro. There were certain things that was just too valuable. Look, I'm not going to explain myself to you. I'm not going to explain myself to you, you friggin' Mama Luke. All right? I'm not going to explain myself to you. There was reasons I did what I did, and I don't have to explain myself to you, okay? You could look, you know what the thing is? You're all like these storytellers. You take something, like here's an example. I'll go eat at Chick-fil-A. You want to know what's funny? I'm going to make you all laugh. Fast food is not cheap. Fast food is not affordable. Do you know that I always, when I go to Chick-fil-A, I spend like $150 at Chick-fil-A. I shit you not. And if you don't believe me, look at my videos because I actually show you that I've spent $150 at Chick-fil-A. But see now, so say here's the thinking process, right? They'll say, "Oh, you're poor. You're poor that you eat at Chick-fil-A." But you know what's funny? None of you mother effers are spending $100 to $150 a day on food. None of you mother effers. And that's on my bad days. On my good days, I spend $300 to $500 a day on food because you don't even know what I do. I'll go to like Chick-fil-A, right? I'll spend $150 and then I go to the supermarket and spend another $200 to $300. Just the other day, I spent $1,000. I spent $1,000. I got my kids' Halloween costumes. I closed my pool. I'll show you outside. I closed my hot tub. I closed my pool. I'll show you. You want to see the receipt? $380. 300. I'll show you the receipt. $380 to close my pool and to close my hot tub. Then you go to the supermarket, there's another $300. Then I go to some fast food place because I like fast food, whether it be Wendy's, Burger King, whatever it is. I spend $100, right? I go to restaurants, Italian restaurants, I spend $150, $200. So you see, if you add all of that up in a day, I'm spending $1,000 a day. But you see, you don't. None of you people know this. You think you know everything. You think you know it all. You know what's called ugats. That's what you know. $350 is your drink bill at lunch at Yale Town. Okay. Show the video. Make a video, man. No, but like this concept that if you eat fast food, right? There's this new concept going around that you're poor. You're poor. Okay, so if you're spending $100 a day, I just want. Now I spend a lot more money. Obviously, I have bills, I have living expenses, I have. I got to erase these people who make fun of my daughter. Terrible, um, terrible, terrible. But if you're spending $100 a day, just say okay on fast food, Do you realize that that's $700 a week? 7, 14, 20. That's $2,800 a month. Cash. There are some of you people, listen to me, right now on this live stream that don't earn $2,800 a month income in cash. They don't do it. You would have to make like $4,000 gross a month, possibly more, possibly 4,500 to 5,000, but let's just say around. You would have to earn that to clear $2,800 a month. So I find it funny how you can make fun of something when you don't even earn that money. You don't even earn it. And you're making fun of someone who's spending $100 a day on fast food. And you're like, but wait a minute. I don't even earn $2,800 a month. I do that in a week, sure. All of you people talk such a great game, but I back everything up. You want to know what the difference is between me and all of you people? I back everything up. I back everything, everything, everything that people say. Detective Pikachu one time said, "You never gambled $40,000." I showed him the receipt from the Tropicana that I did. All of a sudden he shut up. Crypto fan. Oh, you're living off your wife. She receives Social Security disability. I show him the letter. I show him the letter that she got denied. It's crazy that she got denied. It's friggin' a disgrace, and that's gonna bring me to a whole other conversation on how friggin' immigrants get everything. Okay, these illegal immigrants and American citizens don't get friggin' DICK. But I don't want to get into this political conversation right now. But WTF? Listen to me. I have no obligation to show you anything. You understand this, right? You speak as if I have you speak as if I have an obligation. See, you want to know why I don't want to show things to you? Because everything I show to you, you use to hurt me. You understand? Like, you ever hear what a police officer says when they read the Miranda rights? You know, when they read the Miranda rights and they say everything you say can or will be held against you in a court of law. Okay, you have the right to remain silent. Okay, see what you people, you're looking for ammunition to use against me. Like I'll show my safe deposit box, right? You'll probably forward that to the IRS. You think you'll probably it's like you're always out. Like, here's an example. Okay, I was at Thank God It's Fridays. You want to hear something? Okay, I'm on a live stream, right? I'm at Thank God It's Fridays. I was doing drinks for super chats. So one guy was like, "Hey, father, I'll give you $5. Do a blowjob shot." Which, by the way, it tastes like chocolate milk. It's nothing. Okay. So I did the blowjob shot. Then another guy, "Hey, father, do a shot of Maker's Mark. Do a shot of Maker's Mark. I'll give you $5. Right. So I do the shot of Maker's Mark. Right. Next thing I know, I'm walking outside. I hear, "Doo, doo." They called the police on me. Some lunatic on the internet actually called the cops on me, claiming that I was about to drive drunk. Okay, and I spoke to the cop. He saw I wasn't drunk, and I was very listen. I respect the law, 100%. I told him, "Would you like me to take the DWI? I'll do a breathalyzer. Do you want me to take the test?" And he said he saw me. He was like, "You're fine. You're fine." But what the cop said, "Do me a favor just to make me look good, please. I got to do my job here. Let me drive you home." He said, "Let me drive you home." The cop drove me home. Next day, I took an Uber to get my car, and I got my car. Okay. Look. You can think whatever you want about the VCF, but it is in fact coming, and it's actually coming very soon, very soon. And the thing is, you're never going to know about it anyway because it's going to go into trust for my children. That's it. So you think whatever you want to think, bro. I showed you the letter from the special masters, you sick bastards. I actually showed you a letter that it was approved by the special masters, and you still question me. You people are lunatics. Lunatics. Remember the Wawa incident? No, I don't remember that Wawa incidents. Yeah, there's a lot of haters, Aquarius stocks. They're piece of garbage. These people. Bro, it takes time. See, you're just not an educated person. Anybody knows, listen to me, anybody knows that these matters take years. They take 2 years. You have to understand something. You're on what's called a group. You're in a group. Okay. The first responders always get paid first. I don't even know why I'm explaining this to you freaking people. Okay. My wife was in like group, she was like group C. You understand? Because there was actually people that died. Okay, you understand, you stupid Mama Luke mother effers. There were people who died. Okay, so you have these groups. You have to understand something. Okay, you have the groups of the first responders. You have people who have died. These people take priority over people who are alive. I'm not going to explain this shit to you. Chen typed up the VCF letter. All right, whatever, whatever. Listen, guys, you're psychopaths. Okay, you're lunatics. You are psychopathic, deranged lunatics. Bro, I don't. Okay, how about this? All right, I'll tell you what. How about this? If anybody could prove, I ready? How about this? If anybody could prove that I work for Uber, I will give you, I'm on the record, listen to me, $100,000. Prove it. Okay. Prove that I work for Uber. That's all. Listen, it's really not that hard to do it because I can give you. You want to know how you can simply prove it? Okay. Come around my area, right, where I live, and order an Uber. There's a very strong possibility it's going to be me, right? Because that's the area I work, right? Okay. So order an Uber. Apefather will come and pick you up. You get in the car. I owe you $100,000. Okay. I don't have $1,000. Yeah, all right, bro. $1,000 to me is my fun coupons that I use for food, bro. And you know it's true. WTF? I have that on me every single week just to eat. You sick. I have it in my wallet right now, bro. I have $1,000 in my wallet right now. Crazy, bro. Yeah, I talk about it all the time, Aquarius. I talk about precious metals. I talk about silver and gold all the time. I talk about that's my biggest thing. My biggest thing is gold. The only reason I don't like silver, brother, is it's very hard to store. It's very, very hard to store silver. So normally what I do is if I get enough silver, I just transfer it over to get a 1 ounce gold coin. I don't have any silver because it's just too. Not that silver is bad. Silver is great. Silver is great, but it's just very hard to store. Gold is crashing to 500. Try more like that. Gold is going to 10,000 an ounce, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a financial planner. I don't know what's going on with my phone here. It's like freaking out. I'm not a financial planner. I don't give financial advice. I'm an entertainer. So don't take anything I say seriously. But I believe that gold is going to over about 10,000 an ounce. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. This live stream is getting a little boring. Too much hate. Aquarius stocks, I love you, brother. Back to the future, I love you, brother. Angie, I love you. Let me get going. V for victory. Everything I said in this live stream is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. It is for entertainment purposes only.